The wind came crawling low over the plains, carrying with it a thin, metallic smell of rain and gun oil. By the time Jesse Cade rode up the ridge overlooking the Dalton ranch, thunder was rumbling like a warning in the distance. He tugged the brim of his hat down, his eyes dark under the shadow, and stared at the place he'd come to claim. Below him lay a lonely house framed by dying cottonwoods, a barn with half its roof caved in, and a stretch of land that had once been green, now yellow and brittle as bone. There was nothing left to fight for, except pride, but pride was the one thing men bled for in this part of the country. Jesse wasn't here for pride, he was here for a deed. He'd been sent by the banker in town, Mr. Klein, a man with teeth like polished stones and a heart colder than the snow that came in winter. Dalton's 3 months late, Klein had said, swirling his whiskey. "Right out, Cade, take what's mine, I don't care how." Jesse had nodded. That's what he did. He rode, collected debts, and left silence behind him. But what he didn't expect that morning was the figure standing on the porch, dress whipping in the wind, holding a shotgun with trembling hands. She couldn't have been more than 20. Pale hair, the color of prairie wheat, tangled by the storm. Her eyes, wide and gray, watched him without flinching. "Get off my land," she said, her voice steady but low. He rode closer, boots heavy in the stirrups. "You Miss Dalton, I'm Nora Dalton, my pa inside. He's sick, you don't need to be here." "I do," Jesse said, swinging off his horse. His spurs hit the dirt with a cold chime. "I came to talk about your debt. I know what you came for." She lowered the shotgun, but not all the way. "You came to steal from a dying man." Jess's jaw twitched. He borrowed from the wrong man. "I just work for him." "Then you're no better," she said, fire flickering in her eyes. "You ride for men who ruin families." The wind kicked dust between them, the sound of the barn door creaking faintly behind. Inside the house, he could hear the cough of a man, wet, broken, close to the end. Jesse sighed and pulled off his gloves. "Miss Dalton, I don't make the rules. I just deliver 'em. Your pa land is signed over. Either you leave peaceful, or what?" He didn't answer. He didn't need to. But Nora stepped down from the porch, her bare feet sinking into the dirt, her dress fluttering around her knees. "You think I'm just gonna let you throw him out? He built this place with his hands, before I was born. You'll have to kill me first." Something in Jesse shifted at that. The way she said it, like she meant it, like dying would be easier than watching him take her father's land. "Miss Dalton," he started, softer this time. "Don't call me that," she snapped. "You're not polite enough to earn it." He almost smiled. Almost. Thunder cracked overhead, and the first drop of rain splattered against her cheek. She didn't even blink. He took one slow step forward. "You think standing in the rain's gonna change what's written on paper? Your father's name's signed. That land belongs to Klein now. Then take it," she whispered, lowering the gun. "But don't make him watch. Please, just let him die here, in his bed." Her voice broke, just slightly, on that last word. Jesse stared at her for a long time. Behind her, through the window, he saw a man lying on a cot, the pale ghost of what might have once been a rancher. His chest rose weakly. His eyes were closed. Jesse clenched his fists. "I can give you a day," he muttered. She blinked. "A day, that's all. Then I come back. You'll be gone by sundown tomorrow." She didn't thank him. She just nodded, turned, and went inside. That night, the storm came down in sheets. Jesse took shelter in the barn, his horse stamping nervously in the straw. He listened to the thunder roll, the rain hammer the roof, and tried to ignore the feeling in his gut, the one that told him something about this job wasn't clean. He'd done worse things. He'd put men out of their homes, dragged them from saloons, even shot one who tried to fight back. But this felt different. Through a crack in the barn wall, he saw her again. Inside the house, by the dim light of an oil lamp, Nora knelt by her father's bed, pressing a cool cloth to his forehead. She was talking to him softly, her face wet with tears she didn't bother to wipe away. He couldn't hear her words, but he could read her lips. "Please don't leave me." He looked away. By morning, the storm had passed, leaving behind a sky bruised purple and gold. Jesse saddled his horse, ready to ride back to town. He told himself he'd done enough, that what came next wasn't his burden. But before he could mount, the door opened. Nora stepped out, her hair tangled, her dress damp. "He's gone," she said quietly. Jesse froze. I buried him at dawn. The world went still for a moment. No wind, no birds, just the sound of her voice. I suppose you'll take it now, she said, walking toward him. The land, the house, everything. He swallowed. I'm sorry. Don't be, she said. You didn't kill him. Life did. She stopped right in front of him, so close he could see the dirt under her fingernails, the tremor in her hands. But I know how men like you work. You'll tell that banker I refuse to leave, and he'll send others. Worse than you. She took a breath that shuddered through her chest. So I'll make you an offer. He frowned. What kind of offer? She looked up at him, eyes burning like silver in the morning light. Take me, she said. Instead of the land. Jesse went still. I'll go with you. I'll do whatever you want. Just, don't let them take this place. Let it stay his. He stared at her, speechless for a long moment. You don't know what you're saying. I do. Her voice was calm now, too calm. Men trade for worse. If you're going to take something, take me. Jesse turned away sharply. That's not how this works. Then tell me how it works, mister, she shot back. You walk away and pretend it don't matter. You collect your coin from a man who never worked a day in the dirt. You sleep fine knowing you broke another soul. He said nothing. Because I can't stop you, she whispered. I can't fight you. All I can do is beg. The words hit harder than a bullet. Jesse took a slow step toward her, shaking his head. You think I want that kind of deal? That I came here for, that? She didn't move. Her chin lifted, defiant even in defeat. You came for something that isn't yours. I'm just offering what I have left. He closed his eyes for a moment, then opened them again, hard. Get inside. You're not making this trade. I already did, she said softly. And then she turned, walked back toward the house, her bare feet leaving faint prints in the mud. Dash. Jesse didn't ride away. Not that day, or the next. He helped mend the fence out back, fed her father's old horse, fixed the roof where it leaked above her bed. He didn't know why. Maybe guilt, maybe something deeper, but every hour he stayed made it harder to leave. At night, they sat by the fire. She'd talk sometimes, about her childhood, about the river where she used to fish with her father. Sometimes she didn't speak at all, and neither did he. Once, when she thought he wasn't looking, she whispered to the fire, you could have just left. Why didn't you? He didn't answer. He didn't know. Dash. A week later, Klein rode in himself. 3 men behind him, Arnden smiling that cruel, practiced smile. Well, Cade, Klein said, swinging down from his horse. You were supposed to bring back a deed, not play house. Jess's hand went to his gun. The man's dead. Let the girl keep what's left. Klein laughed, sharp and cold. You're forgetting your place. She's got nowhere to go, Jesse said. The land's worthless to you. Worthless land grows trees, Klein said. Trees make paper. Paper makes profit. Step aside, or I'll have her thrown out myself. Nora appeared in the doorway, eyes wide. Jesse, Klein smirked at her. Ah, the little widow. Don't worry, darling, we'll give you a nice corner of the barn to sleep in once this is settled. That was the moment Jesse snapped. The gun cleared leather before Klein could blink. The shot cracked across the ranch, echoing against the hills. One of Klein's men dropped instantly, his hat spinning into the dirt. Chaos erupted. The others drew, but Jesse was faster. 2 more shots, 2 more bodies. Klein dove behind his horse, screaming. Jesse strode toward him, eyes dark as a storm. You're done here. Klein scrambled back, face pale. You'll hang for this, Cade. Maybe, Jesse said, but not today. The last thing Klein saw before he fled was the girl standing behind Jesse, holding her father's old rifle, steady, silent, aimed right at his heart. Dash. Days later, the bodies were gone, buried by the creek. The land was quiet again. Jesse sat on the porch, cleaning his revolver, the sun bleeding gold over the horizon. Nora came out, holding 2 mugs of coffee. She sat beside him. You gonna stay? She asked after a while. He looked at her, the way the light touched her face. You want me to? She didn't answer right away. Then she whispered, you spared him. You spared everything that mattered. He smiled faintly. You offered yourself, but I think I took something else instead. What's that? He met her eyes. A reason to stop running. She looked away, blushing faintly. You talk too much for a quiet man. He chuckled, "And you're too brave for someone who thinks she's got nothing left." The wind moved through the dry grass, carrying the scent of rain far off in the west. They sat there until the sun sank low, until the shadows of the cottonwoods stretched long over the land her father once called his own, now quiet, now safe, now shared. And for the first time in years, Jesse Cade didn't feel like a man who took. He felt like a man who stayed.